Now we'll go over the J1699 compliance test tool within our SilverScan tool. J1699 is an SAE standardized open source compliance test software. The original tool is functional but very dense and difficult to use due to its command line interface. So we've wrapped those command line functions in a much easier to follow GUI. We support the latest version of the J1699 test, but if desired, another version of the test can be loaded. We support the standard log file, which SAE requires, but also provide an XML and the option to convert to PDF for easier viewing of the output file. Typical usage of the J1699 tool requires command prompt interface, and it's very unfriendly to use and read. You can see it here. It works, but with our tool, everything is much easier to set up and much more well guided. You can find this compliance test tool by going to the top and clicking Extras and then J1699 Test Procedure. You'll then be greeted with a configuration window, which will let you set up the parameters of your test. First, we can select which interface device we'll be using. If you've previously connected to your vehicle using the tool, the same interface should be selected here. Here you can see the drop-down for the version selector. We currently ship with these two versions, but if needed, any other can be loaded, simply by saving it in the appropriate directory. We can also choose which type of engine we have, whether it's spark or compression ignition, and the powertrain type of the vehicle. Finally, we can select the number of OBD2 ECUs and reprogrammable ECUs. If you're having trouble finding this, running the Mode 33 scan tool will give you a good overview of the system. You can see here we have a long list of supported compliance tests available. They each use a different configuration, which dictates baud rates of the tests, country standards of testing, meaning Europe, China, USA, etc., as well as the data which should be collected. If you're required to complete a J1699 compliance test, all of this information will be available to you, so making the proper selection here should be straightforward. And we'll also be running the static tests today. Now, all that's left to do is follow the remaining instructions and proceed with the test. I'll be speeding through a few sections of this because this test took about a half an hour. You'll notice in this test we encountered a failure. We're able to actually add a comment in line so that the log file will show whatever we type here. You can simply click comment, write your comment, and hit done, and then continue on with your testing from there. Now that the compliance test is over, we can take a look at the results. Here we see an overview of information related to our test. We can see the overall result of our test, a failure here, as well as links all over the document. I will showcase some of these sections now, as they provide a very good overview of the final test result.